This episode was generated or assisted by artificial intelligence.
Imagine stepping out before dawn. It's crisp, quiet, your whole day's ahead of you, right? Feeding livestock, checking miles of fences, hauling stuff, all before most people even think about coffee. That's farming and relentless work, smart planning, and you absolutely need tools you can count on. Tools that keep up. In modern farming, being efficient and reliable, that's not just nice, it's how you survive, how you succeed. Which brings us to our deep dive today. The 2026 Polaris Ranger, and we're not just talking about a vehicle here, it's really engineered as a kind of farmhand on wheels. So our mission, we want to unpack how this next-gen side-by-side, that's like a compact utility vehicle, how it's really designed with farmers in mind, and how it could genuinely, revolutionize daily farm life. We're drawing on the sources we've gathered for you.
You've really hit on something crucial there. Farming today is incredibly demanding. Every piece of equipment, well, it has to pull its weight, and honestly, probably more. Farmers are dealing with tighter margins, unpredictable weather, just constant pressure on their time. So in that kind of environment, equipment that's dependable and versatile, it's not just a luxury, it's absolutely essential for productivity, profitability, even just the long-term future of the farm. This Ranger seems like a very thoughtful answer to those pressures.
Okay, let's unpack that toughness aspect first. Durability is obviously key, but what specific things did Polaris do, maybe things you wouldn't immediately think of, that make this Ranger really stand up to farm life?
Yeah, that's where it gets interesting. They seem to have gone deep on what farms actually need. Our sources point to a few big things. First, there's the enhanced suspension. And it's not just, for a softer ride, although that's nice too. This system is really built to soak up the constant abuse, rutted fields, bumpy tracks, rocks. The real insight, I think, is how it cuts down wear and tear, not just on the machine, but on the person driving it. Less jarring means less fatigue, fewer aches, better focus over those really long days.
Ah, okay. So it's not just getting across the field, it's about easing the physical burden on the farmer. That feels like a big shift.
Exactly. And that comfort, it translates directly to better productivity, longer focus. Then you've got the heavy-duty frame. The sources are pretty clear. It's reinforced steel, built specifically to handle heavy work day in, day out. Yep. This isn't for casual weekend trips. It's a workhorse frame.
Right.
And finally, the all-weather protection. They've improved the sealing, better corrosion resistance. It means this Ranger is genuinely ready for anything, mud in spring, ice in winter. It's designed to just keep going.
So if I'm a farmer looking at this as a, pretty significant investment, what's the deeper takeaway from that kind of build quality?
Well, the real value isn't just avoiding repair costs, though that's part of it. It's about freeing up the farmer's mental energy. That's the resource you can't get back, right? Instead of worrying constantly about breakdowns or planning around potential downtime, which can totally wreck a planting schedule, for example, they can focus that brain power on the bigger picture. Market prices, crop strategy, animal health. This kind of robust build offers peace of mind. It means the investment keeps working for you for years instead of becoming another headache.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Peace of mind is huge.
Yeah.
Now let's talk muscle. Pure hauling and towing power. This Ranger apparently boasts significantly increased capacity. Anyone who's ever had to make 5 trips across a field just to move supplies knows how amazing cutting down those journeys feels. How does this change the daily logistics for a farmer?
Oh, it's a major factor. It really transforms how you manage the day-to-day. The updated cargo bed, for instance. It's engineered to hold more feed, more seed bags, more fencing gear. The sources mention it can handle things like hay bales or a full load of tools and materials, in a single trip.
One trip for a hay bale. In a side-by-side, that's efficient. I remember trying to drag fence posts across a soggy field once. Not fun.
Right. It's designed to eliminate that kind of struggle.
Yeah.
And it's paired with impressive towing capability. The engine, the drivetrain, they've been upgraded, so it can pull heavier trailers now. Things smaller livestock trailers, maybe fertilizer spreaders, other implements that you might usually need a tractor or big pickup for. And there's even a hydraulic assist for the cargo bed. Makes loading and unloading easier. It seems like a small thing. Yep. But over a long day, saving your back like that, it adds up. Minimizes strain.
So it sounds like it moves beyond just being transport. It becomes a real workhorse, capable of taking over jobs from other bigger machines.
Absolutely. That's the key insight. It can replace a tractor or pickup for certain tasks, which means fewer trips, less fuel burned in those bigger machines, less wear and tear on them too. It lets farmers use the right tool for the job, keep the big stuff, the really big jobs, and let the Ranger handle the constant, smaller scale hauling efficiently.
Time. Probably the most precious thing on a farm. How does the 2026 Ranger specifically help streamline those everyday tasks? Give us some real-world examples.
Yeah, the sources give some good ones. Take feed delivery. Instead of loading heavy bags by hand across, potentially huge properties, you can just load up the Ranger and go. Saves so much effort. Or fence repair.
Okay.
You load posts, wire, tools, everything you need. Then you can drive right up to the break, even if it's in some muddy, awkward spot a truck could never reach.
Right. No more wrestling wire rolls through a bog. That alone sounds like a daily victory.
It really is about smoothing out those daily friction points. For crop management, it's agile. Moves easily between fields for planting support, maybe some spot spraying or helping out during harvest. It can get into places larger machines can't. And for livestock care, huge help there too. Bringing water tanks out, feed, vet supplies directly to the animals wherever they are grazing. These are all things that, without the right vehicle, just eat up incredible amounts of time and energy.
So when you add up all those little efficiencies, what's the overall sort of compounding effect on the farm's operation?
Well, what's fascinating, I think, is how these small wins stack up day after day, month after month. Because it's so versatile, it means less walking back and forth, less driving a big, inefficient truck for small jobs, less sheer manual labor. It frees up the farmer's time, lets them focus on managing the farm, making decisions, maybe even just catching their breath for a minute. It's really about enabling them to work smarter, not just harder all the time.
Farmers put in such incredibly long, tough hours. Comfort and safety, they aren't luxuries, are they? They're necessities for staying productive and, frankly, healthy. What's Polaris done in the 2026 model to really prioritize the person behind the wheel?
They've clearly thought a lot about the operator. They understand that comfort equals performance over those long hauls. The cabin is more spacious, redesigned interior, ergonomic seats, and not just for the driver. It can fit up to 3 people comfortably, which makes it easier to bring help along, or family, more collaborative.
So it's not always a solo job out there. You can bring the team.
Exactly. And then there are climate control options. Things like heated seats, better airflow, makes a huge difference when you're out in freezing cold or baking heat.
Definitely.
Safety-wise, there's advanced safety tech, better visibility, strong rollover protection, improved braking systems, really important for tricky terrain. And the controls are more user-friendly. Simplified, less fumbling, less mental energy spent just operating the machine, more focus on the actual work.
So how do these comfort and safety features translate into longer-term benefits, beyond just feeling better at the end of the day, maybe for the vehicle itself or reducing mistakes?
The impact is actually quite profound. It's not just about feeling good. Less physical strain, more comfort. That means significantly less operator fatigue and a less tired operator. They're more alert, more efficient, and crucially, safer. They can get more done accurately over longer hours. And importantly, they're less likely to have accidents or make errors, which can be incredibly costly, right? Downtime, injuries. So prioritizing comfort and safety directly supports productivity and makes the whole operation more sustainable in the long run. It makes those brutal days more manageable.
Okay, we've talked capability, operator care, but what about seasonality? Does this thing sit in the shed for half the year, or is it genuinely a year-round asset? Maximizing that investment matters, right?
Absolutely. Year-round utility is key. And this Ranger seems designed precisely for that. It defies the seasons. In spring, think hauling seed, equipment for planting, maybe moving young livestock, prepping fields. It's right there for the start of the cycle.
And then into summer, the long, hot days.
Still essential. Summer means carrying irrigation gear, constantly checking fences, miles of them, sometimes moving harvested produce maybe. Then comes fall. It's assisting with harvest. You get hauling tools, maybe workers, the crops themselves. And even in winter, the sources say it handles snowy fields easily. Thanks to the all-wheel drive, snow tire options. Perfect for winter feeding runs or checking on things when everything else is stuck.
So looking at the farm's books, what does that continuous year-round work mean for the bottom line?
Well, it really highlights the value of the investment, doesn't it? It means every dollar you spend on this machine is working for you constantly. You don't have this expensive asset just sitting idle for months on end. It's actively boosting productivity, improving efficiency every single day, all year round. That continuous use maximizes the return on your capital, becomes a really smart, efficient part of the farm's financial picture.
Okay, we're in an age of smart everything.
Yeah.
How does the 2026 Ranger fit into modern farm management? What kind of tech does it bring to the table?
This is where it really steps into the modern era, yeah. It makes some precision ag tools more accessible. It's got a nice digital display, shows speed, mileage, but also maintenance reminders, proactive stuff. No more guessing when it needs service.
Handy.
Then there's GPS integration, which is a huge plus on large properties, obviously. Helps plan the best routes, navigate tricky trails, saves a ton of time, especially if you have new people working or it's just a massive place.
And connectivity, that seems essential now.
Totally. It has mobile app connectivity. You pair it with your phone. You can check performance data, see where it is, schedule service. Brings that convenience right to your pocket. Oh, and the lighting system is upgraded. Powerful LEDs. Makes working early mornings or late nights much safer and more practical.
The really interesting thing there isn't just like better routes or service reminders. It sounds like it's making precision farming tools more accessible. What does that actually mean for the farmer on the ground?
Exactly. That's the core insight. This level of smart tech empowers farmers, gives them more data, more control. They can manage their operations with, well, greater precision and more confidence. Use real-time info to make smarter choices, optimize how they use their time and resources, make sure maintenance happens when it should. The Ranger becomes more than just muscle. It's a smart tool contributing data and intelligence to the farm's management. It helps bring those advanced techniques within reach for more farmers.
This all sounds great for how the farm runs, but let's talk brass tacks, the money side. How does buying a Ranger actually pay off in concrete cost savings over time?
It's definitely positioned as a smart investment from that angle, too. The savings add up. First, simple stuff. Fewer trips. Less driving back and forth across the property saves fuel. Day after day, that accumulates. Second, it leads to reduced wear on your bigger equipment. By taking on those smaller hauling and towing jobs, the Ranger saves hours and strain on your main tractor or pickup, extends their life, delays big repair bills.
Oh, okay. So it's not just what the Ranger does, but what it stops your more expensive gear from having to do. Kind of protects the rest of the fleet.
Precisely. It's a fantastic support vehicle in that sense. And finally, it can mean lower labor costs because it's quick, versatile, carries people. One person in a Ranger can often do what might have taken two people before. That efficiency boost saves labor hours, which is a major cost on many farms. Sources suggested that just cutting out, say, 4 trips a day could save maybe $50, $75 a week just in fuel and wear and tear savings.
Those aren't small numbers when you multiply them out. It really builds a case for it being a strategic financial decision.
Absolutely. Those savings stack up over months, years, making it a very smart long-term investment. It's about boosting the farm's profitability and resilience, not just getting jobs done.
Of course, buying the machine is one thing. What about the support afterwards? That's critical, right? What kind of local support can farmers expect with the Ranger?
Oh, that local network is vital. You need someone who gets it. Our sources mention dealers, like the example Boomerang Marine and Sports, who really understand local farmers' needs, the specific challenges, the seasonality. They're not just shifting units, they're offering tailored support, helping you pick the right models, sure, but also customizing it. Adding winches, cabin closures for bad weather, special storage, whatever your farm needs.
So you get a tool perfectly set up for your specific operation, not just something off the shelf.
Exactly. And crucially, they provide expert maintenance and service. Certified techs who know these machines inside out. That keeps it reliable, minimizes downtime. You also get easy access to genuine parts and accessories if you need repairs or upgrades. And importantly, they usually offer financing options. Flexible plans to make it affordable and fit the farm's budget.
So for the farmer, that local dealer becomes more than just a seller. They're almost like a partner in the farm's success.
That's exactly the idea. You gain a partner who's invested in you succeeding, someone who understands your context, provides reliable service quickly, offers good advice. That relationship has huge long-term value. It's part of the whole package.
Well, there you have it. It seems pretty clear the 2026 Polaris Ranger really is aiming to be that ultimate farm partner, working just as hard as the farmer. From the toughness, the hauling power, to making chores easier and bringing in smart tech. It's designed top to bottom to save time, save money, and save effort. For you listening, we hope this deep dive gives you maybe a new perspective on efficiency and innovation in agriculture today. It's pretty amazing how engineering can tackle these tough challenges.
And perhaps we can leave you with this thought to mull over. As technology keeps weaving itself deeper into, well, every part of our lives, how is the very definition of hard work on the farm going to keep changing?
That is an intriguing question. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into what could make the 2026 Polaris Ranger a real game changer on the farm. We appreciate you tuning in.